I think the changes moving forward are, well, I think first of all, I think the definitions are changing, will continue to change. I think, whereas previously, and still to this day, there's a lot of comfort for a lot of people in referring to media agencies and ad agencies. I think that the reality is now that we are all communications agencies. I think the reality is that clients are increasingly seeing us that way. I think that as we move forward, because of as I've mentioned, the fact that we do have an environment wherein the way in which consumers consume media has changed to such a degree that ultimately whether you're looking at that box in the corner of the room or that little oblong box in your pocket, the fact is consumers are expecting a constant stream of not just advertising messaging, but I think more than that, they want to be entertained. They want content that will keep them engaged. And I think as that happens and as that continues to change, so the roles of the agencies will evolve, because ultimately, it ain't easy to be in the space whereby you can be giving your clients addressable, and totally accountable solutions, and at the same time do that in a way which is actively engaging consumers. And I think where media agencies are now becoming more confident, and where we are actually developing our skill set, is in the ability to not only be able to help the clients to strategize and help the clients to actually be able to come up with the right communications strategies and solutions, but to then take that even further and say, okay, what does that look like? What can that mean? So I think it is changing. I mean, some people may or may not like this phrase, but in some ways I do think that over the course of the next 5 to 10 years, we are, and even now, we're moving into a reality where we're almost looking at a new full service type of agency. But I think a new full service agency model where media and the media communications agencies have a far stronger role to play, a far louder, bigger voice at the table, and a far greater relevance to consumers and clients. I think the one thing that probably has kept me awake for the last 6 years, and will for the next 6 years to 10 years, is talent. I think number one, whenever anyone asks me the question of what the biggest challenge is or the biggest opportunity is, it is about talent, and it is at its simplest form about continually bringing in the best people, retaining that talent, inspiring that talent, and getting the best out of that talent. But I think more and more so, kind of as I've already discussed, because of the changing paradigm of our industry, in fact, the type of talent that we're now bringing on board is significantly different. We're now looking way beyond just the poaching planners from our other media agencies, which obviously we all still do, whether we like to admit it or not. But it's also about looking further afield. I mean, I find it very gratifying now that, particularly in that comms planning and strategy space, it's interesting that now I get as many CVs across my table from people who are strat planners or even creatives from the ad agencies, as I do from people who are in media agencies. But I think that in itself leads to a different kind of talent challenge as well, because whilst you want the best talent, while you want diverse talent, when you then bring those people on board, not only is it a case that you have to manage talented people, which in and of itself is not always easy, but the whole dynamic of actually the culture of the agency, how that needs to evolve, how that needs to accommodate the different skill sets, needs to change as well. And so I think as a result of that, the talent challenge in the business where, again, let's face it, it's all about intellectual capital. That's the business we're in. That talent challenge will remain and will continue to be kind of a priority and also one of the things that keeps me awake at night.